Yo, what's going on with everybody, man? Welcome to West Battle Radio. We are live and in full effect. Appreciate everybody who be supporting and pulling up. Got a special show for y'all today, recap show for the dope event that took place yesterday in Compton, California. We talking about the Riot Network's Monopoly event. We definitely gonna be letting all the battle rappers who were there perform and talk about it. We gonna let the people who were in the building talk about it, the people who was watching the stream, all that good stuff. We're going to get into all the narratives today. You already know how we do it, man. Your host, as always, NicoTV, voice of the West. Always ready to politic with y'all about this West shit. I do have some folk with me already to go ahead and start this shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? Until my brother G Will come home, free G Will. You already know it's co-host by committee over here. And we got a dope panel for us today, man. Got my brother Yak the Ripper in the motherfucking building, the original co-host.
West the deal, man. West the mother deal. Monopoly shit. We got a lot of
We also have the GOAT, Ref. He's in the building, aka the Black Derez. He's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm the voice of reason. I know these Western infidels are gonna say they want every battle. I'm gonna try to tell them which ones they did and didn't win.
we gonna have some fun today, man. We also got one of my media brothers with me today. We got Bad News Brown in the building.
The few, the proud, the news.
This dude here, man. And now, last but certainly not least, man, I had to make sure we started off the show with this good brother, man. He actually performed, set the shit off, went crazy. I'm hearing a lot of 30 pieces getting announced out there, but I'm going to let him go ahead and talk about it, man. We got none other than the young GOAT. We got Hansel with us, man. What's going on with you, sir?
What it is. What's the deal? What's up?
Shit, man. So we going to start off with your battle, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You set it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You set the tone for the night, man. Talk to us, man. How you feel about your performance, man? How the battle went and then the reception afterwards, man. Like, what's it been like for you?
I felt like going in, just looking at the card, I felt like we was probably gonna end up going first. So I kind of expected that. So I kind of like made sure my material was certain energy, at a certain level, because I knew we was gonna have to set the tone for the whole event. But I felt like it was dope. Like I felt like in the first round, I had to fight for my reaction at first, and then once they like was listening, they was like, okay, bet. And then like I had them since, you know what I'm saying, since the probably like the halfway to first, I feel like. But I felt like it was a dope battle. Shastafa was he was better than I expected. I felt like he definitely leveled up. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, whether it was for me or the card or both, but definitely felt like he leveled up, and I felt like we had like the best back and forth going up probably until like Gotti and Ward. Honestly, I felt like our back and forth was real crazy. But you know what I'm saying, if you ask me, I felt like I took all three. If you were to give him a round, I would say you can give him the third. If people gave him the third, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. But overall, no, that shit was dope. The event was dope. But I'm glad the way that shit went down, for real.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, see, I missed your battle due to a
And I'm
wardrobe.
mad. And that's the one thing I wanted to say. That's the only thing I was mad about. Not even mad, but just disappointed. I was just like, it was a lot of people that like pulled up right after my battle. Like, damn, I heard you went crazy. I'm
I
like,
was
damn.
It didn't match my shoes, so I had to go to the mall and buy it. So I ended up missing this battle. I was gonna rock Hansel merch actually, but when I got
That's a fact.
told me he called it 30. Like, so I can't speak on it, but I'm not gonna lie. A lot of niggas told me he was Hansel 30. They say he the new star. Like, something I've been telling niggas he's a fucking star out here. But yeah, I'll let y'all argue that. How
Look,
did you call it?
I'm from the Midwest, right?
Yeah, I heard Cuz got it clear, but I didn't hear
I'm from the Midwest. Shastafa's from the Midwest,
clear.
and I too also had it a gentleman's 30. Now I will say Shastafa didn't get smoked though. You know, a lot of people had you winning like super clear. I thought every round was debatable, but I did give you the 30.
Appreciate you. No, I felt like he was.
For
I
real?
mean, I don't know if it's like
know
if I'm
what?
trying to go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Oh shit. No, I'm just saying like I feel like niggas do level up when it come to me. Just not even just if it's just me, but I feel like it's the hype around me. So I feel like niggas want to get me up out of here. So I feel like they right to a certain extent to really try to get me up out of here, and that leads to good battles because niggas know what I do every time. So That's why I end up either, if I'm not performing this at the night, I end up getting battle with the night because I feel like I make my opponents or the my name make niggas want to write better. I guess I don't know.
Hey, so
Yeah,
my
we got
I
that
got
on Too
my
Smoke.
question for you though
What's up?
is recently, like this year, you've had a couple. Like this might be your second or third one where it's like a back to back. So a few months ago, it was you had Leak on iBattle. You know what I'm saying? That battle was dope. Y'all make sure you check that out. By the way, dope ass
Facts.
battle. But
Almost at
then the
almost
week
hit
after
1K
that,
in a week.
yeah, no, that's a fact, man. Run them numbers up, man. I should
On
need to
me.
hit a few thousand. Man. That's definitely worth it, man.
On me.
But you had that one, and then a week after that, you actually had Profane in the tournament. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And now this week, you had the Crucible last weekend when we was out there in Oakland. Showed out, did your work there, got picked,
Appreciate it.
all that good shit. And then you had a short turnaround to prepare for the riot. Like, was there anything that you learned from the last time with that Leak and Profane window that helped you with this shit?
To be honest, what niggas like might not know or forget is that even the week before Madman Leak, I battled Primo in the tournament as well. So I literally had Primo, Leak, and then Profane. So like it was a lot, you know what I'm saying? I knew I had to like juggle a lot. Plus like me and Leak were like not locked in, but we were agreed a while ago. And then luck just hit us with the date, and it just happened to be around the time of the tournament. So that's how that went down. But even with this, I had ample time. Even though my opponent switched, I did have enough time in both situations. I knew about the Crucible ahead of time, and I knew about this about a good month or so. So as far as like prepping, it wasn't too hard. I had enough time to focus on each. Like memorization might have been a little bit more difficult when you got like multiple battles around the same time, but I feel like I'm conditioned to deal with that, and I'm glad I dealt with situations like that in my beginning year, so I didn't have to deal with some shit like that later and not know how to adapt or not know how that feels. So I'm kind of glad I got that kind of experience.
So, only other thing I really want to know, man, because like I said, I'm going to be watching all these battles pretty soon, man, to try and catch up and do my own individual recaps later. But the response afterwards, because I was on Twitter, I seen people responding, saying certain things, and you know what I'm saying? For me, it was dope just seeing that people finally get to see what we all been seeing out here for like the last year plus. You know what I'm saying? Like we all kind of been saying like, okay, it's that one opportunity, that one battle, and he's out of here. And it seemed like it was kind of that with the way the reception was. Like, was there anything that stood out to you in terms of the feedback and the reception of the culture?
Definitely. I mean, I'm pretty used to like. I mean, I'm still humble and I'm still thankful, but I'm pretty used to getting good receptions after my battle. But it was just about this one. It was the stature of the people that were coming up to me and like saying that I was crazy. Niggas like Tone Bro, niggas like Uncle Rod, niggas like you know what I'm saying, Dre Vicious. You know what I'm saying, like. When those kind of niggas is you know what I'm saying, niggas I've been watching before I was anything in battle rap is telling me the kind of shit I want to hear, then that shit, you know what I'm saying, is you know what I'm saying, like that shit is dope. Niggas like KP calling me like a top gunner. And you know what I'm saying, the nigga that got a hand in shit like West Coast battle rap like he do, for him to bestow some shit like that on me, like that shit pressure, but it's the shit I want, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this battle, it was the same like reception I usually get, but I feel like the eyes were a little bit different, and that kind of elevated, you know what I'm saying, what that shit really meant to me.
Right. I heard that, man. So now I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that was. I did see the clip. It kind of low key went viral on the Twitter side of the game. They go to nigga from the movies and they go to nigga with from the surveillance tape. Like that shit was crazy. I seen that clip circulating a lot on Twitter. So
Appreciate you. I mean, that was my first time getting on all battle. What's that shit called? I forgot. Damn, all battle
oh
something.
yeah, and I shout out to the bro. You be posting all the clips all the time.
I watch bro all the time, but that was the first time I made it. So like, nah, that shit was dope. The fact that that was the line like that, and that was kind of like my finishing line of the battle. It was dope. That shit was dope, man.
I heard that. Hey, Dot, you queued up, man. I forgot to get my guy Dot everything on here, man.
I will say too, Hansel's material was better than Shastaffa, but what made it a little bit more clear every round was Hansel does the small things Shastaffa doesn't quite have in his bag yet. Like Hansel's really good at like working the camera doing facial expressions so you feel his bars a little more. Just little, like, you can't even tell he's new to battling, you know what I mean? Like, he just has things in his bag that Mustafa doesn't quite have yet.
Appreciate you. I kind of felt, you know what I'm saying, all respect to bro, because I felt like he's dope. But what you really just said is like what I was telling other niggas when it came to like how you feel about this battle. And I'm like, I feel like bro is dope. I feel like writing wise he's dope, but like if you can't write as well as me and perform as well as me, you gonna have a hard night. Like you kind of got to do both when you're dealing with me. So I feel like he's dope in that regard, but I feel like you're right. It is some intangibles that I feel like I'm a little bit more seasoned than certain people is.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
So
How do you think growing up as an actor has helped you as a battler?
Man, this shit sucks.
I guess the obvious answer is memorization. You know what I'm saying? That definitely play a part in it. But at the end of the day, I still gotta write. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't act. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta write the motherfuckers. So I feel like if anything, it's just giving me certain intangibles that are useful in battle rap. Shit, like he said, like working the cameras and facial expressions. But I feel like at the end of the day, that's not like the icing on the cake. Like it's still bars and creativity and hella witty shit that I do that makes my shit what it is. That shit just add on to it. Yeah.
There we go.
I'm just making. I just had to silence his Wi-Fi. I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me.
But yeah, that's basically it.
I heard the hell out of that, man. Let me go ahead and add a couple real quick. You know what I'm saying? Dot. You know what I'm saying? You on here if you wanna cook up. I see my guy Fate. I'm about to get into your battle too, man, because I've been hearing a lot about this damn Chef Trez shit. My guy Fate. Man. Demons.
Are we gonna jump? Talk about?
Shit. I mean, Fate here right now, man. Let's go to Fate and Chef Trez, man.
All right, we can do that.
Hey, I just got one thing to say. Fate, where the hell did you get them glasses from, my nigga?
Yo, I seen the clip of this nigga throwing the glasses on the ground, and I'm like, okay, them glasses is done. And then I just seen this nigga Trez pick him up for a rebuttal. I'm like, bro, them motherfuckers didn't break?
Nico, when I saw him throw it, I thought they cracked. I'm like, oh, them shits is gone. Then I seen a homie pick them up. I'm like, nigga, there's nothing wrong with them glasses. What the fuck are them shits made of? Because the homie slammed them motherfucker.
Nothing. I threw them like as hard as I could. No cap, bro. Like I tried to break them,
and that's concrete, nigga. Like
break.
what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. So I peeped the floor. I'm like, exactly.
Shit.
I'm like, yeah, they gonna break, man. Cause yeah, I was gonna throw them, man.
Them shit was intact.
Yeah, Tom bro told me I should have threw them, man. That's all I wish I would have.
You definitely should have did a Danny Myers hat toss with them fucking.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like with Chef Trez, you don't want to like open the door. If you would have threw it, there's no way you can rebuttal like that. You know what I mean?
The thing is, his rebuttal for it wasn't crazy. Like from what I remember,
it wasn't
I don't even
crazy.
remember what it was, but it wasn't crazy.
It wasn't crazy. It just hit because of I mean, just the shock factor. Like he told me after the battle, he's like, bro, I picked him up. I really didn't have nothing to say, bro. He's like,
I thought it was coming with something better. I ain't gonna lie.
So
he's like, these shit didn't even got a crack in it. It was just funny, bro. It was hilarious, like the whole moment. Okay.
I thought the bar you landed with it was fire, but when you threw them, I was like, okay, yeah, them they dead. They out of here. Hey, Faye, wherever you got them from, bro, make sure you get all your glasses from that same place, bro. They need a 5-star review, dog.
Exactly. Yeah, that's bro.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, don't worry, Faye. I have something to say about it. Don't worry, but I got you, my nigga.
I know you will. Yeah, Yak can roll the bar already.
Hey, but Faye, what's up, man? Talk to me about that battle, though, man. You and Chef Trez, you know what I'm saying? This whole year, you've had some pretty dope competition in terms of Mad Flex on King of the Dot and Pass over there. And now you back on the Riot. You got Chef Trez. Like, talk to me about the matchup, your performance, their reception, everything, man. Like, what was your biggest takeaways?
I mean, Trez came in and does what Trez do, man. Like, it's really like you said, like the level of competition. Like, it really feels like I'm in the NBA now, so to speak, as far as my competition. Like, and like I'm learning things from all these battles, man. And like, and I'm getting the best match flags. I'm getting the best pass. You know what I mean? I feel like I got a pretty good Trez. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's respect. People showing me respect. As far as the pen, like I feel like he was trying to push his pen and really, you know what I mean? He was saying in the battle too, like my pen might be crazy to yours. Like he was talking shit. So nah, I thought it was dope overall though for sure.
Yeah, man. Was there anything different? Because I know you done had battles already, especially this year, where nigga the reception afterwards is already really good. Like people was already talking about it's one of the better battles of the year or that card or whatever. So, like, was there anything different with this particular one that separates from the other ones?
I think just the level of media, you know what I mean? The like Uncle Rob being there, Tone, bro. Like Uncle Rob was really rocking with me, man. Like the 15 minutes of fame interview was dope. Tone, bro, too. So yeah, I think just the level of eyes, you know, I know Champion was watching it. So I feel like this time was really my chance to really get seen on like the broadest scale. You know, I know the King of the Dot season kind of did that, but I feel like this was even an upgrade to that as far as the magnitude and level I got seen at.
I heard that, man. Anybody else got anything they want to, you know what I'm saying, put out there, man?
Yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
wait to
hey,
see the
recapping
battle,
my own
man.
battles. Yeah.
Nah,
I want to hear what
I
everybody
missed
else
the
thought
first
about the
round,
battle.
so I want to hear you niggas recap. Like, I gave Fate the last two, so I don't know about y'all. I want to hear how y'all call it.
I
Mm.
I
had
had Fate.
Hey,
I had Fate 2-1
hey,
first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
hey,
if you
I'm
gave me the last
sorry.
two, you
I'm
probably give me the
sorry.
first too.
Hey, I'm sorry. Somebody gotta say it. Chef Trez got 30, bro. Fate, you caught a 30?
Yeah, see,
That's
it's
that in
crazy,
my
bro. Like
opinion,
some
bro,
people
you
said
caught a
30.
30
Yeah,
ball. It was not one round where I felt like he did more than you, bro. I'm sorry. I can't say that.
I seen all three rounds. I only seen two face rounds, and the last two, bro, Fate won them. Like his third round, that rebuttal, like they said, the rebuttal wasn't good. Everything he said after that, like he got some good shit, but it still wasn't fucking with Fate shit, bro. And
It
Fate
wasn't,
second,
bro. Fate had too much every
my
round.
second, bro, my second was wild. I just watched the battle back a little earlier, bro.
What
Like, bro,
round? What round
that second was
was the
hitting
fear
every
God
line.
shit?
The fear guy was actually in the first.
That was the first?
Yeah, that was actually in the first.
Damn, bro. Nah, nigga, you
hey,
won every round, bro. Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Stop playing, bro.
I had it Fate 2-1 as well. I gave Trez the third, not because of the rebuttal. I thought the rebuttal was kind of ass too, to be honest. But I liked his
Right.
material after that. I did like Fate. I think he had the Westbrook bar in the third and a couple other joints that I really liked. But I just barely edged Trez. I was surprised that the polls had Trez winning though. Like I
Bro,
thought,
the polls had Trez running away with it. And that's crazy, Rev. You
yeah.
say you had
That's
Trez winning,
crazy.
bro. Online, you say you had me winning, bro. What happened? You switched the pick, man?
No. I said I have you winning 2-1. I said I had
No,
Trez
I'm
winning
just
the
fucking with
third.
you.
Yeah. But I will say Fate's second. I said it on Twitter too. Fate's second was one of my favorite rounds of the whole event. Like I said that early in the event, but even after the event was over, that second was still up there with like one of the best rounds of the night.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
hey,
think
yeah, me and Hansel got that 2-on-2 smoke for everybody too. Just a FYI. Yeah.
Stop playing. These niggas don't want that.
Mm.
These niggas don't want
Man,
that.
Hansel really a goat out here, man. Yeah. Hansel went
Hey
crazy for
man.
real, man. Salute to
Hey
it. You know what I
man.
mean?
You a
Nah,
go
Like
too,
y'all
my
said,
nigga. Real shit.
he really got the
that's a
intangibles, bro. He's like 5, 6 battles in, bro, and he got all the moot, bro. He's
bro,
spooky, man.
that surveillance camera shit. I feel like that just watching that clip. 'Cause like I said, I haven't seen none of these battles, so I'm just was watching, looking at the clips and shit. But that surveillance camera, like to be able to come up with that bar as early as you did, because that you already know that that's gonna be a lot of niggas angle. A lot of niggas is gonna
Right.
keep recycling the same type of talking points. But the fact that you was able to, like the way you flipped it, just saying, "Oh, that's a nigga from the movies." Oh no, that's a nigga from the surveillance camera. Like I just feel like that was like the perfect way to flip an angle that niggas is going to use against. Like to me, that just when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that shit fire!" Like that shit, it just landed immediately.
Appreciate you, my nigga. Now I ain't gonna lie, that's one of them bars. Like it's other battle rappers in here. I don't know if y'all do the same shit, but that was one of them bars where I'm like, nah, I gotta say this shit. I had that motherfucker for a little bit, but I'm like, nah, I gotta say this shit for like the right look, and I felt like,
yeah.
nah, this the one.
Nah,
So that shit
fake
was that
that.
shit
Hey,
was
fake
perfect.
that Westbrook part, man.
Hey,
Cause
leak.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that was my one.
The first half of the setup had nothing to do like with Westbrook. That's why I'm like, this nigga going with this bar. And then when you
No,
finally
bro,
got to the
Yeah.
punch, I
Yeah,
was like,
I actually
what?
fucked up the setup a
bro,
little bit, but yeah. It was
bro,
like a
fake.
misdirection in it.
Fake,
Yeah,
you
that
the
shit
like
was
one of the only
disgusting.
niggas I know that really bar up in every part of the setup. Like every
Every
part of the
line, bro.
setup is a bar, bro. Like that shit is
Yeah.
niggas
I
don't know
always
how
tell
hard
people
that shit is, bro.
Fate's punches lead the punches.
That's what I'm
Oh
saying. Yeah,
God,
even
that
in my
shit
second, bro,
crazy.
where I had the chef on the front pages line, like the whole build up to that was crazy.
Crazy.
That's I'm
I'm
amazing.
still
Just
not
he
over
said,
that.
"Where fate is, your fate ends. If it's beef with him and I, it'll be Invisalign. He'll be trying to get it, but I just can't see it. No, smoke. We embrace it. He'll be under the knife like a facelift. Oh, we gonna hate this. Headlines ain't know if it was murder or cookbook. Same thing, and we had chef on the front
Front
pages.
pages. That's crazy.
Mm.
That shit. Yeah, I can't wait to see these battles, man. I definitely
Yeah, you gotta
gotta
see it. Yeah,
catch up,
Chef
man.
was in it. I thought Chef was cooking too, man. Like as far as the rebuttal, but I definitely think I won. I thought I won the first and second. In the
I did
building.
see Chef Trez. The clip I seen of Trez was that Baller's Life bar. I thought that was fire.
That ball is
Yeah, that
like
was
that
dope.
shit was hard. Yeah,
I can't wait to see that shit. I know I know I probably skipped a battle or two, but what was
you skipped
after the Hansel and
Dev battle.
Shazava?
Dev
Was
went
it
It was
Dev
before
and
Dev
me.
and Bandit.
Devin
Yeah,
Bandit? Well,
Dev
what
went.
was that battle like, man? Talk to me.
I
I ain't
had
gonna
Dev
Basically,
lie.
very clearly. Bandit was cool. I think he turned up in the third finally, but he had a lot of shit that like either we've heard before or shit we've heard before that he flipped. You know what I mean? Like some shit didn't even make sense. Like he had a die on the. You remember how Jazz had the die on the set Alec Baldwin bar at the Till Death event? Like he flipped that, and he instead of Alec Baldwin, he said Heath Ledger, but Heath Ledger didn't even die on the set. You know what I mean? Like it
Right,
just
I
didn't make
remember that.
sense.
I remember that.
Okay, so that's what people was talking
Hey,
about. Okay, I
I ain't
see
gonna
now.
lie. They kind of swarmed me with the interviewers right after my battle, so I kind of came in like late on Dev's, like probably early Dev's third. I ain't even gonna no. The end of I believe the end of Tone's second, and then the start of I saw the last round. I just know that, but I've heard from what I've heard, they said Dev was cooking. They said Dev was cooking.
Yeah, Dev's first was filthy.
Yeah, Dev's first was definitely round of the battle. I think he took the first and second very, very
What
clear. The third, you can make it debatable, I guess, but I still
Yeah,
had Dev.
he made the
what
third a
round was the
preference.
bullet
Yeah,
whisper shit?
I want to say that was the second, if I'm
Yeah,
not
that might have
mistaken.
been the second.
The
His first
second,
as a
okay,
round was the best round, but yeah, that bullet whisper
Yeah,
bar was crazy. That might have been
yeah.
my
that's
favorite
I
yeah.
feel
bar
like
of the
he
battle.
might have more moments in the second, but yeah, he had some ones. He was wild. I
Yeah,
actually didn't hear
Dev.
none of Dev's material before the event. So
Yeah,
he was
anybody who in
wild.
here right now, if you want to get queued up, just let me know. I'll definitely get y'all on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting everybody get they recap in, man, for the Riot Network's Monopoly card. I heard a lot of good things about it. Seen the whole culture was talking about it, man. I don't know if it was trending on Twitter or not, but I definitely seen everybody on the battle rap side of it was talking about that shit everywhere.
That
So,
shit lit.
definitely powerful. So do y'all have Dev just win it? Was it a 30 or was it a 2-1?
yeah,
Like,
it was a 30.
Yeah, I had a pretty clear 30. If you're gonna argue around, it's just a third, maybe, but I still had Dev taking that
The
one.
third is a preference round because Dev,
First
you
and
know what I
second
mean,
are super clear.
crystal.
damn, okay. So far what I'm hearing is from the majority, everybody got the West winning the first three battles we talked about. So Hansel,
Bro,
Dev,
Dev
and
said
Fate
some
versus out of
crazy shit,
towners.
bro.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. So okay, we had Hansel battle, Dev battle. What was the next battle after Dev?
I think it
Shit.
was Li.
No. Li
Now it's
was
next
late.
in Riggs, I think.
Oh, next in Riggs. Yeah,
Was
it
he?
was.
Next and Riggs.
Yeah, next in Riggs won it.
Hey,
Okay.
Profane, you queued up. I see my guy Dutch KIB. Shout out to Dutch New Era in the building. You queued up as well, sir. If you want to get on here and chop it up. But yeah, so y'all saying Next and Riggs is the next battle?
Yeah, next and Riggs was after Dev and
This
Tone.
I'm
this
not
one
gonna
I've seen
lie.
a lot
Next had
I've
of
seen
all
a
the
lot of
clips I
debate.
seen, Next had like he had one of my favorite fucking lines that I heard from that event just because it's some real Sacramento shit that nigga was talking to this nigga Riggs, dog. I was like, But how y'all call that battle, man? What was that one?
I mean,
I
your
personally
Southwest
had
I've been
next.
bias.
hearing a lot of niggas say
I had
next
next
30,
winning,
but
man.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
I was. But
I
online,
like
like
I
next
like
lost the polls
Riggs
online,
30.
and I see niggas talking about Riggs 30. I was like, what? Yeah, niggas is insane.
Nah, here's the thing, bro. Like Briggs has some dope material. I feel like next won the battle 2-1, but I might have gave Riggs that third, man. He had some dope shit in the third. It was a solid back and forth though. I think it was a really good battle, like back and
Yeah,
forth wise.
it was
They both did
it
their
was
thing.
one of the better
Niggas
back
got
and
give
forths of
some
the night.
God that night though. I swear, niggas just free hella shit. If you able to freestyle, it was your stage to be on that night
Right.
for sure. A whole
Facts.
airplane came in the middle of next round, and I give him a lot of veteran points for one. He found a rebuttal for that quick, or like just, and then he
Bro,
fucking
it was helicopters, it was dogs barking, it was chairs being knocked over. If
niggas.
you was a
Yeah,
freestyle nigga, that was heaven for
Yeah,
you. Like you would have had
on
so
me,
much
yeah,
I
that
shit
nigga.
to
that's
Yeah,
use,
like
bro.
gift from God. Like I think
bro,
Sharon
it
had
was really
a
planes taking off mid battle, bro. Shit
Like
You
ridiculous.
like
said, hold on. What?
oh
yes,
God, bro.
yes,
Oh,
Helicopters and all
a
that.
whole helicopter
Dogs
oh,
barking.
middle of next the
Gates
second
opening, nigga. It
round,
was
bro.
the whole nine, bro. It
Yeah.
was a gang of shit
yeah, bro.
happening,
Nigga
nigga.
opened the whole fucking gate, bro. That shit in the middle of the battle, bro. That shit was wild.
I forgot what battle that was.
I was Sharon and Oops.
Yeah, it was the Sharon battle.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. So next in Riggs. So okay, do y'all feel like it was more so just because you know how the culture just does not, for whatever reason, they just decided to turn
Did
on
not
next at a
like
certain
next
point this
yet,
year? Like,
bro.
That's
was
all
it
it
I
more
hate
is.
it.
so
That's
just that with how the
that's all it
voting
is.
was going, or was it actually a close battle? Like,
I thought it was closer than what niggas are saying. Like I like a lot of the shit that Riggs had, but I thought next wanted clear. It could
Yeah, I
still
didn't.
be,
I didn't think it was
you know what I
close,
mean?
to be honest.
I feel like it might be. I feel like it might look closer on camera, but I feel like you'll still end up giving next all three. In my opinion, you might give Riggs a third, but that nigga
Yeah,
next was wild.
one of those I agree. I think on
Yeah, I
camera
gave
that's a lot better than what we saw in the building, to be honest.
I gave Riggs the third as well. I had next 2-1. I thought the 2 rounds he did win were pretty clear though.
Hmm.
I hope he retires the "I hate" slogan. I'll keep saying that.
I
But
love that shit. You don't like shit?
I hate that shit.
nah,
I
I wear
fucking love
headphones,
that
bro. I
shit.
wear headphones, bro, and that shit is the most annoying thing in battle rap to me. I love Next. I love Next. I love his material. I think he's a great performer, but the "I
He
hate" slogan's just not for me, bro. And then
he got to use it.
On Twitter, they were definitely not liking it either. I'm gonna be honest.
He
Interesting.
can't use it every battle. He gotta
Twitter,
only
Twitter,
he gotta
Twitter
only
is
use it when it's time.
anti-next, man. I've kind of just, you know what I'm saying, just understood. Like, yeah, Twitter is
That's a
just
fact
anti.
too.
They don't really.
Yeah, Twitter in general just doesn't like Next. So, but I will say like the "I hate" was getting like more talked about than him in general though. When he said the "I hate," I seen like at least like 8 tweets, like just out of the people I follow about that shit. I was like, damn.
How do y'all feel about the new thing he's did in his last two battles that he did in the third round?
What
Do
is
y'all
that?
like that thing where he kind of goes into a bit more of almost like a struggle bag a little bit?
Oh yeah, I don't mind the change in direction for his thirds. I like that. Like the material has been good. I just don't like the slogan. It's not the material. I like that he kind of goes into a different bag in the third.
Yes, two
You
battles
said
in a
you said
row.
you said you said it's struggle rap.
He kind of goes into this. He did this the last two times, yesterday, and then he did it against Wise, where he's got like this new slogan. I'm trying to pick it up, but he added another slogan that he uses as an outro in his thirds now, and he designs his third rounds a little bit different. The last two battles, I think it's cool because I think a lot of people were
Mm,
giving him a lot of shit for just being all performance. That was like a lot of the knock on him. Some people saying in Caffeine, so I think he tried to add a little wrinkle to his performance. That was cool.
okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You're not
call it
a.
struggle rap necessarily, but it is like a definitely a change from his usual.
Is it more like just? Is it just like street content, or is it like
It's just more
talk to
personal
him?
bars, I would say. Just more
Yeah, much
personal
more
stuff. Not
personal. There
not
we
not
go.
really struggle bars. Who had that bar yesterday though? I like that. It was like stop calling what easy and chess do struggle raps. We call it perseverance or something. Some shit. Somebody had some shit like that. That shit was fire. The way they put it together.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember that bar.
That does sound like a fire ass bar. The concept of it. So yeah, okay. Next and Riggs. So do y'all all have next winning?
Yeah, I think the general consensus I had next winner. I just gave
So
Riggs the third.
so then all the voting shit is just BS. He won the battle.
Yeah, I was surprised by the polls. Like I said,
the
a
polls,
couple.
the polls are wilding.
Yeah, they had next losing, they had Fate losing. I had next and Fate winning. Fairly clear. I wouldn't say it's like clear, but like I was just surprised how the polls turned out though.
Yeah, bro. I lost the polls like 83-17, bro. I got washed.
Yeah, and I didn't see that when I watched it. I was like, I don't know what the other people are seeing.
Hey, I ain't see no
This morning.
polls with me and bro. Did I? How was the polls on my shit?
I actually didn't see your poll. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, I don't know if they put a poll up, to be honest. You know what I mean? They might have lightweight
Yeah, I'm
hated on
not
me,
sure.
but I will say like 95% of the people I've seen calling your battle had you winning though. So like,
For
I didn't see
sure.
a poll, but
Yeah, when I was on Twitter, when I was kind of scrolling, because we gonna get to the battle. Everybody kept tagging me, and I don't care. Yeah, but we gonna get into it. But nah, when I finally when I got on Twitter, and I was kind of looking. I didn't see anybody saying your battle was less than a 30. Like everybody I seen was just like, nah, this dude's a star. He just 30 dude. Like it was clear. So I think everybody
For sure.
consensus pretty much has you winning that. So we done got Hansel, Shastafa, Dev, Bandit. You got Fate, Chef Trez, and Nex and Riggs. So what's after that?
next one was
I think it was
True
Henny.
versus Royalty,
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
Royalty and True.
yep,
Now
yep.
this is the one. Now this is the one where I really don't. Well, I'll watch it, but I feel like everybody's already kind of told me that it was like a body down there.
It was.
Yeah,
Nothing.
True,
Nothing
True
short
pretty
of it.
much choked every single round. Well, I will say, first of all, shout out to my bro True. He shouted out our fallen brother Ride or Die Ty in his intro. You know what I mean?
Right.
So super respect to him, but he just wasn't prepped. You know what I mean? Like he stumbled every round. And I will say this, True, if he was super prepped, maybe that second was debatable, if he had all his material right. But like I will say, Royalty was just on one that night. So even if True would have got through the material he had, I still think Royalty wins the battle. So I don't want it to seem like just because he stumbled all through his shit that like Royalty wasn't going crazy. I mean, like
Yeah,
Royalty
no.
had a breakout performance.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. It's like it's one thing to choke and stumble all three, and it's another thing to choke and stumble all three versus a nigga who's having the performance of his fucking life. And that was just what happened. Like Royalty had, in my opinion, his best performance thus far.
Ever. I agree
Ever.
with that.
Like
Yeah,
real
that's
shit.
the
And I
best
told
Royalty
bro,
I've seen.
right after the homie got off, I'm like, bro, I've never heard you rap like that. I've heard you go crazy. I've seen your energy. I've never heard you rap like that before, bro. Like keep rapping like that.
It was definitely the best rapping. Like I think because I feel a lot of people were saying that he raps kind of basic. He doesn't say anything really
Bro
wild, but
leveled it
like
up. He for
rapping,
sure leveled it up for this one.
he for sure was rapping yesterday. Not mad at that. When that's the one thing that stood out was like hit a pin in the rapping. I was like, oh, he rapping. It wasn't just real stories and aggression. He had a lot of balance there.
So
So
Bro had a
I've
little
been
bit of
telling.
everything.
I was telling this nigga Royalty that bar because they put it in the trailer, which I like when I seen it, I was happy. I'm okay. He actually put that shit in the material. 'Cause I was telling him about that damn There Goes the Neighborhood shit. I was telling him about that shit for like the last like week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm like, bro, that you gotta say that in the fucking battle, bro. You have to. The fact that he put that in there, and then when he said it, I could see where like that could be a slogan for him.
That shit hit.
It's crazy.
This
Bro,
that
setup
shit
I'm
was
was
telling you, when I
crazy.
first heard
The
that shit,
setup
I'm
for
like,
that
bro, if
was
you don't say this shit in a
crazy.
battle, I'm gonna be mad, bro. Like that's one of them ones for a battle. Like he picked the right place to do it too, man. That shit was incredible.
I
yeah,
forgot
that
the
shit was
setup,
nice.
but I just remember the setup for it being so crazy that for that to be the punch was just perfect. Like that line was perfect. He had a few of those, bro. He had a few of them like them the ones. Like he probably had one ones every round, like type shit. But he was barring up all the round. But he had one of those each round.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was something to the effect of like a white neighbor saying something. There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was like 4 bars leading up to that shit. That was like
Yeah,
I was peeping like bro setups was crazy. Like I said, I never heard bro rap like that before. Like bro was
I seen it.
rapping.
I
and I
seen. I
think it
seen a
is
clip of
a
him
good
having
call.
Danny in a bar.
That was crazy too. Like, cause he was already winning the battle. Like, I almost felt like, all right, you could pretty much cut it. But then when he did that, I was like, oh, he got more. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, fuck
Yeah.
it, just let it all go.
I think he had a chip on his shoulder because the Young Cannon battle couldn't have possibly gone any worse for him. It's like a one round. Like he really was only in the game for probably like a minute. I was there, and it just he had a lot of shit going on in his life. He couldn't prep for it. And I interviewed him after the battle yesterday. He speaks about that. He said, seeing as though that battle hasn't dropped yet, he wanted a strong performance to have the culture talking about that. So that kind of overtakes that when it comes out.
And we not gonna act like a lot of people had Truffaut winning this battle going into it. Like a lot of people had Truffaut beating royalty simply off of like experience alone. I mean, maybe the writing too, but like a lot of niggas had Truffaut just winning this battle because they felt like bro was too new. But I felt like that also put a chip on bro's shoulder. The fact that niggas was like counting them out. I know, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like that shit always a perfect motivator when motherfuckers counting you out.
Damn, man.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. So we got that one. After True Foe and Royalty, what we talking?
I think it was they guys at Hitty Bet.
This the one I want to hear about, man. That grudge match shit.
Hey man, I'm
What
gonna
we
keep it
doing
a
with this
buck
battle,
with
Terrible.
you.
man?
I'm gonna keep it a
Smoke
buck
break.
with you. It did
What?
not live up to the hype at all, bro.
Smoke
Smoke
Real
break?
break.
shit. Real
Smoke
shit.
break.
That's as modest as I could
That
put
shit
that.
was
It
terrible,
did not
bro.
live up to
Yeah,
the hype at all. I will
Man,
say
definitely
I'm
though,
work.
about to
in
let y'all
in
know
a
I'm about.
defense though, in a defense, out of all the battles, this was the battle where the crowd was like being the most like talkative. Like it was some niggas like talking throughout a lot of the battles, but this was the battle. It seemed like niggas was just straight conversation mode because they wasn't getting too much from the battle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just it didn't live up to it. Like for all the niggas was doing and like the build up they made for it, it didn't live up to it at all.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
Damn. Okay, let me ask this question, man, because I did see a narrative floating around there from out of towners. Do y'all feel like because there wasn't anybody from the West in this battle that kind of had something to do with why the crowd wasn't as receptive to
No,
the
and
battle?
I tell you this,
No,
I
that
tell you
shit was
why.
terrible.
Oops and Sharon was crazy. Crowd was into it. Like niggas was going up for that battle. And them niggas is nowhere
Yeah,
near LA. So that can't be an excuse. Like them, they made it to where that wasn't the excuse. The fact that they were another battle with no West affiliated people that still went crazy. So
yeah,
it just wasn't the battle. It just wasn't what it was, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't have Oops and Sharon being exciting at all. They was kind
Exactly.
of calling
A lot of niggas was
their
counting that battle
matchup,
out going
calling that out
into it.
for
So
the
the fact
battle.
that it
I was
like
telling niggas like, this is gonna be fire, bro. Like the context that these two could create is dope, and we got a dope battle out of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Henny and Snake Eyes, like it was super underwhelming. I had Henny 2-1, but like I really don't care who you had winning. I mean, like
yeah, I ain't
everyone
gonna
else,
lie.
like
It's
Okay,
one of them
let me
battles
ask
where
a
it's
question.
like, go ahead,
Let me
bro.
ask this real quick. Hansel, I'm matter of fact, I want you to be the first one to answer this shit too.
What's
Because
up?
they had such a powerful rollout, do you feel like the battle you're looking at it through the lens of it didn't live up to the rollout, or was it by itself just not a good battle, regardless of how good their rollout was?
I'm gonna be honest because like I wasn't too involved. Like I heard about the commotion they was causing as far as their they lead up to this battle, but I wasn't like too into it. Like I wasn't watching the interview, so myself I wasn't too deep in their drama. I just knew they had created a big buzz for this battle. So me going into it, I'm just looking at it like it's any other battle on his card, and it just wasn't like it wasn't a good battle. It didn't have no moments. I can't. The only thing I remember from that battle is the bump and bro pulling some wings out. Like that's literally all I remember from the battle, honestly. So
Yo,
But me
I'm
not
okay.
being
So
Didn't make
in it
it to
like that,
round
it
two
wasn't
before I
it.
was outside smoking, man.
Man, I was smoking inside and I still wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I had a whole conversation about selling fools with the homie. Like that shit was so bad.
Yeah, the bar of the battle was a rebuttal from Henny Man. And, that says a lot because neither of them are known for like super crazy rebuttals. So for a rebuttal to be like the bar of the battle just kind of showed how average the battle was. It wasn't. I'll say this. It wasn't terrible. Like I'm not mad I watched it, but at the same time, like given the other people on the card, it was lackluster compared to the rest of the card, and it was lackluster compared to the hype they built up. I
Yeah.
think Snake Eyes pulled out a box of chicken wings in his third,
Facts.
and he was eating them. And then Henny rebutted something like, "Go put that box back." Something, pull up with the drum and lay him all flat, like which isn't a crazy bar, but for a rebuttal, it was cool. You know what I mean?
It was the most exciting part of the battle, which says a lot.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, this is not what I thought I was gonna hear. I looked on Twitter and Twitter was a little more optimistic than what y'all talking. So I'm gonna go with Twitter for right now. So what I'm saying, I don't ruin the anticipation for watching this battle. Good grief. But y'all saying y'all got Henny Man winning the battle, or was it debatable to y'all?
2-1. I had him 2-1.
Them niggas
2-1.
both lost.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
Snake winning the first, and I had Henny taking the second and third.
All right, so next battle, what we talking?
Was that
I think that was Oops and Strong.
No, it's
Oh wait, was it
Li
Li?
and Dre
It was
Dennis.
Oh yeah,
L.I.
Elijah
and Dre
Elijah.
Dennis.
Dennis.
L.I. and Dre Dennis? Yeah.
Talk to me, man. Was that?
Hey
Hey,
man, I
matter
know.
of fact, see, I really wish Ledge was here because I told niggas. I haven't watched the battle, but from everything I've heard, everybody's telling me Li won the battle, and niggas when I was on the
Oh,
show on Friday told me it
Excuse
was
me.
an impossibility for Li the Mayor
Hey,
to win a battle versus Dre
Li
hey
to
Dennis.
win
man.
this battle.
Hey, let me tell
Y'all,
you this.
y'all tell
Let
me
me tell you
was I
this,
right
bro.
about it, man? Was I not?
Nico, let me
Y'all
tell you
talk to me.
this. Nico, let me tell you this. If I ever have to battle Li the Mayor, I will never do it on the riot because he he just like from the intro, bro, you knew the building just wanted to hear this nigga rap. So all he had to do was be good. And that's what the fuck that nigga did. So it like he had the crowd in his hands, bro. Like, and he, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the West bias, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But like I felt like, bro, one, he stepped up to the occasion. He wrote. Like that was one of Li's best like writing. But just off impact alone, it's like it's almost nothing you can do about battling Li the Mayor in Compton on the riot. Like like Dre was good. Dre had some
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like
And me like hold on, but like me personally, I'm not too big of a fan of Dre Dennis because I do feel like because of the fact he battles over 100 times, you're gonna hear a lot of the same shit. You're gonna hear shit that you've heard before in a different way because he just has to write that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I'm not a huge Dre Dennis fan. But even then, in the battle, he had some shit. He had some mayor flips I never heard before, which is dope as fuck. But I just felt like impact wise, Li was just too much. He was just too much, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's accurate.
Li he earned a lot of his reaction because I don't subscribe to the guy shit, but he has some pretty dope lines that impressed me. I was like, okay, he's leveling up in the writing. He did some stepping up in certain departments. He was entertaining, controlled the crowd amazingly. I think Dre was just trying to get through his rounds, and I think he knew by the time the second round. But his material was dope. Like I thought that was a really good back and forth.
No,
I like it.
that battle was by far the biggest like biasness you could tell. Like Dre had to fight tooth and nail to get anything out of that crowd. And Li, while he did have some dope stuff, even some of the stuff that wasn't quite as dope was just hitting like a haymaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it was very
I
lopsided
I
performance.
will admit that. I'll admit that.
Yeah, now I will say on Twitter, all the polls have Dre Dennis winning, and I actually agree. I had Dre Dennis winning, but in the building, I'm sure it looked way different because, like I said, the crowd reaction was super lopsided. And I will say, Li, this is the best pin Li has ever had, though. I will say that.
But wait,
I
can
gave
I
him the
ask a
first
question?
round.
I wasn't there at the event, but I remember when Moon and Li battled that it seemed like Li had won in the building, and the polls had like Moon up like 80% or some shit like that. So I
I
don't
had
know if the
Eli beating
polls
Moon.
right, but I'm saying like I remember hearing like the polls had like Moon like 80 something% or some shit. So I remember seeing that shit and being like, that's odd. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't go off the polls when it come to Li, man. But I felt like he won that battle pretty clear. Like just
I,
because of the
I
fact that go ahead, bro.
I think that that's always gonna happen when you got stream versus crowd. Like we were in the building, so it's gonna be different. But what they're
Right.
seeing, their experience is way different from ours. There's no crowd, there's no atmosphere, so to be a part of. So they're just going strictly off of what they're seeing and hearing. They're
Right.
not caring about what's going on in the crowd, but I do will say crowd does factor in too. It could influence what you see on the wider stream. It just depends how you interpret battles. To be honest, watching this, but I was telling at the KP like a lot of these battles in the building are going to be different from the viewer experience. That who's watching, I feel like we might feel a way in the building, but they might feel some way because
So
of
let me
where
let
we're
me
at.
let me ask this question: do you feel like with the battlers from the West, do you feel like people when they were voting just did not they because I don't think anybody from the West, maybe outside of Hansel, I think everybody else. Well, I mean, well, royalty, and that's kind of like how y'all saying that Truthful pretty much gave up every round. But I'm saying for the ones who actually had like competitive battles, it just seemed like they were losing every single voting post that was out there, like lopsided margins. Like Fate, it was like 81 to 19%. One that I seen. Gotti, I
What?
seen Gotti was losing like 65 35, 60 40. It just seemed like everybody from the West was like, like, do y'all feel like people just was not trying to give the West no love because they felt like it was a lot of gas, or was that
Hey,
really
I
the
ain't gonna
results of
lie.
the battles?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's a lot of niggas in battle rap who kind of had this like nemesis type of thing where it's like they feel like, oh, this nigga has gas, so I'm gonna automatically dislike this man because of the fact that he's getting a lot of love. Like a lot of motherfuckers will see the gas that a nigga has, and that's the reason why they won't give them niggas the proper credit. Even if them niggas is fire or not, they just feel like they got the hype already, so why add another fucking fan to it? Like I feel like that's the kind of shit that Next is going through. Like they see that the West is behind Next, so if you're not from the West and you're not really part of the movement and shit, you're gonna look at that nigga and be like, well, why is he so great? And you're gonna judge that nigga on a graded curve because you feel like if y'all niggas think he's so special, he better be the greatest shit in the world. I feel like niggas feel like that about the West. That could be just my opinion, but I feel like it's definitely over here in the West just because of how much the West rock with West niggas that I feel like they see, oh, them niggas is gassed up, so off their own niggas, so fuck it, we just gonna vote against these niggas.
I don't think there's
That's how I feel.
necessarily a West bias from somebody, me being outside the West. I think everything's a case by case basis. What I will say about the polls is, I think outside the Geechee one, because Geechee's just a household name, I don't think the fans voting on that poll had anything to do with the West necessarily. The other ones is just name recognition. Some people might not even watch the shit, and they just seen that Twitter poll and they're like, "Oh, I know Dre Dennis. Oh, I know Chef Trez." You know what I mean?
True.
So a lot
Yeah.
of people vote that haven't even seen it. So you do have to take the polls with a grain of salt. But I won't.
Right.
I don't think there's necessarily a hate towards the West. It's just some people have like targeted hate, like Next. For stupid reasons. People think like he might be a little too cocky or he might have got pushed too early. Whatever people might say, I fuck with Next, but that's the narrative. But other people, I think it's just name recognition.
I feel
Okay,
you.
Yeah,
so
that might
so so
come
so
with
can
us being the new place to be in battle rap though,
That's
because
a
I
fact.
remember when New York was the top niggas in the game, it was kind of that same factor with a lot of niggas that were New York favorites or hometown favorites. A lot of people would be like, well, they only cheering him because he's in New York. That could factor in as well.
hell nah, man. New York, when New York had this shit, they had everything popping out there, bro. If you was from New York and you was rapping, bro, you won every battle. Every out of town nigga, they always said lost, even if they didn't lose. New York had the
Well, then it
opposite
got
effect.
No, but then a New York nigga had to battle a New York nigga, and then they would have to pick which nigga that they fuck with more.
Then
Yeah,
that's
nah.
who.
Out of
Then
that,
that's who borough they from.
In that situation, I'm saying whenever they battle niggas, like especially with like if you remember like the OPGs, bro, like over there in New York, niggas who pulled up from out of town, bro, it was bad. Nigga, you weren't gonna get the first round. You
remember.
might get the second if you turned up, but they not really trying to show too much. Like it was a different time, but not looking at this West shit now. It's
I'm
like,
not saying
bro,
we're exactly the same because we do show niggas love when they do cook. I'm just saying like that might be how niggas is looking at the West like now. Like fuck it, these niggas is gassing each other. There's no reason to show them niggas love too. There might be a little saltiness
Well,
on.
I
Hey,
feel
and
like
I want to. I'll say one thing. There was like so for the battle, as far as the energy in the room and the polls online. Pause. The the like I'll say the I watch A Ward versus Gotti. There was a back room with like a huge TV that covered the whole wall. So I was watching A Ward versus Gotti on that in the back room, so I could hear the reactions through the wall before I seen it on the screen. And I'm saying A Ward's rounds looked real good on camera. Like that battle looked really good. But a lot of you got to think of the energy that we in Compton. You know, the DJs playing shit that we like everybody drinking, smoking in the building, the kind of
Shout
shit that
out to
we
the
want to
DJ.
hear, the
That
kind
nigga
of shit
on
that's
point.
entertaining to some drunk niggas in Compton, some high niggas in Compton, some rappers, and like the energy in there. It wasn't like Dre Dennis was good, but it wasn't landing in there. Like we weren't really, it wasn't what we came for. It in the sense, like as a to kind of generalize it, as much as royalty was. You know what I'm saying? And but that's why online, yeah, they're watching from somewhere where their energy is on whatever else. Like they're not even in the building or there to be bumping shoulders and seeing how it feels in the building. You know what I mean? But on camera, I watched Gotti and Ward on camera, man. Ward's third was crazy, man. His second was too. That was a really good battle. That was
Yeah, and
really
I
good.
feel I
so
feel like overall the crowd wasn't bad. Like I'm not trying to say that at all because I feel like if you're at home, you should have a home court advantage. Like when the Lakers play at Staples Center, like are they not going to get more cheers than the opposing team? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like Trez got love. Truffaut, even though he stumbled a lot, like he was still getting love. Like everybody got love. I just feel like the Li versus Dre Dennis. It was that battle in particular. No other battle outside of that was really like this. It was just like super lopsided. Like
But Dre
Li,
Dennis, though, my thing, and that was one of the battles that predict. I know exactly what you're saying. I know what you mean because I felt that in the room. Like Dre Dennis is good, but his style, his way of rapping, his whole thing. First of all, like he battles all the time. Like I've been listening this whole time. He battles a lot, and I think a lot of that shit becomes microwave. Like yo, I got to come up with bars. Like it's a lot of this shit is kind of general bars.
That's a
Like he
fact. I
just
just
pulling
said
it
that. Ob.
out the air. You know what I'm saying? And which is dope in itself. Like he's able to rap that much. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't if he battled in the East Coast anywhere, it would have worked. But that true like that real battle rap kind of like true East Coast style shit is not gonna like it's in Cali that they don't receive it like that. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain, man. Dre Dennis, I feel like he's really good, dog. But his style, I don't think is really gonna translate on the
well,
West like that.
I'll meet that with this. I feel like Trez has similar things, and I fuck with Trez, but I feel like a lot of his stuff is very like general because he battles a lot. Like he
I
doesn't
was
really
about to
tailor his
say
stuff. A
that.
lot of his shit is like name flips, just like but as a battle rapper, it's like a little bit easier shit to write as far as like content goes. Like he's not getting super personal, but Trez got a lot of love. And the only thing that really separates him and Dre Dennis necessarily is rebuttals. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Dre just didn't get any type of love compared to what
They
Trez
whole
got.
rap style is different though. Their whole energy is different. That's what I'm saying in the building. Like their whole being in the building is different. Like it doesn't. Trez is in there smoking with niggas, passing niggas backwoods. Like he's mixing it. Like just the energy going in is different. Like and then the Trez is a little more to the point. He's a little more like Dre Dennis is a rapper in like a real sense. He's a battle rapper in a true sense of it. Like he raps like a battle rapper. Trez don't really rap like a battle rapper all the time. At least not in LA when I see him. He don't he like it ain't set up, punch, set up, punch. It ain't
He got
that.
his own shit.
Also think
Okay,
this
so
crowd is a little bit more familiar with him too because he battled Brandon out here in that same venue. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's smoking blunts with niggas. He's Dre's in there. He's like a celebrity low key. He's in the cut by himself. He don't really he'll chop it up with you, but he's not like a mixy person. And that's not
No,
a
yeah,
bad thing. I'm not a
I agree
mixy
with
person either.
I
But
agree with that part because like I've had Trez in Cleveland and Dre Dennis, and Dre is more like the professional. Like he'll show up, he'll rap. You know what I mean? He really doesn't like mix and mingle too much. He'll say what's up and hold a conversation, but Trez is the kind of dude that will like pop out to your house after and shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
so
Like
when he battling in the West, nigga, half these motherfuckers he done just bought some weed from him, smoked some weed with him, drank some henny with him, and you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, Trez, even though he's
so
out of towner, he still feels like he belongs. You know, like he's in the mix. I got you, but
plus
I'm
I
just saying,
say
like
like
rapping straight content wise, they do rap different. But I'm just saying, like as far as a lot of their shit is similar. Like as far as like name flips or just like general bars that we might have heard, but they flipped it in a different way. They have completely different rapping styles. You know what I mean? I agree with that.
and I
I like
think
the way.
that's really the separator though.
And they probably
okay.
Trez is probably a bigger name slightly than Drake too.
On the
Is that
West at
fair to
least. On the West at least.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably
I would
agree with
say
that.
everywhere.
Yeah, I think Trez got way more
Not gonna
URL
find
looks
a
and shit. Like
situation
I feel
where
like
Dre Dennis is above him on a card, and unless depending on who he's battling. It's not because it's Dre.
I would put Trez higher on the
Dre
totem
Dennis
pole as
is a
far as
joint though.
go.
Like I ain't trying to slight him. That nigga's a joint.
Nah, it's
Now he's dope.
yeah,
I mean,
but
he
like
cool.
Trez been on volumes and mad URL shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like Dre never really made it out the
I
PGs.
mean, he been on bullpen, fucking
He's
RBE.
a name in
Like
battle rap.
Yeah.
bro done
All right,
battled. Yeah.
so for the Li and Dre, do y'all all have Li? Some of y'all have Dre. Like how did y'all?
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
the
have
I
build
think
Li.
I had
Li
everybody
to the
has
Li.
one.
Li except me.
I
I
won't
just
be
had
mad about
Dre.
it. Might change when it drops,
Okay.
but I had Li in the building, clear in the building.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
not mad if you
so
have Li because like to me it was debatable and Li's shit like his delivery. He stepped his pen up. Like he had a reason for
Yeah,
you to say he won.
all right, so now getting to the next battle, and now this is where I'ma just listen to you niggas lie, and I'ma definitely fight back. Even though I haven't watched the battle, I'm just gonna fight back because I know how the battle went without even watching it. So let's just see what kind of lies niggas are gonna tell today. We got Sharon versus Oops. I want to see how far y'all
Hey
take the
man.
lying
Hey
about this
man.
battle.
personally, this was my favorite battle on the card, and that's the Gotti and A Ward. I
Same
enjoyed
here.
this battle a lot. I
Same
enjoyed
here.
that.
I mean,
They both put on the show.
if I got to keep it real, I felt like bar wise, even though I feel like his setups ain't is it be trash sometimes. Bar wise, I felt like Sharon had more. All three. He had more shit. I'm sorry. Like I gotta keep it real. Like Sharon had more shit. Oops had some shit
What did he
that I felt
have that
like
was more? What did he have that was more?
I felt like he did a better job at like going through topics and like executing the bar and then going to the next topic and like and addressing shit. I felt like
He was
he
able
was
to
slightly
he was
more
able to cover
entertaining.
a lot.
Like you said, what?
He was able to go through a lot of shit in a
Yeah,
nice amount of
in
time.
a condensed times. I felt like he checked more boxes. I'll say that he checked more boxes than Oops did in the battle.
Checked more boxes.
Nah, I
Um,
won't say that far. I would say they just liked the way he approached the battle differently than a Oos because the contrast is so different. Like, and that's why I think this battle was so dope because you got a little bit of everything. Because Sharon did a great job at pandering to that environment in the crowd. Like me and my
Oh,
brother,
say that word again, please. Tell them what the word is again. Word of the day for Sharon is what?
Sharon is probably the best him and Pat Stay are probably the best niggas when it comes to pandering to environment. And a lot of that has to do with because they white boys, you feel me? And they'll say some shit that niggas wouldn't be like, oh, you're into that or you know something about that. Like I give an example. Me and my brother was cracking up on something simple and I was laughing. I looked at Yak and I said, only he can get away with this. No nigga can say this bar and get any reaction. It's gonna be flat. He said I get grands in the grandies. It's so basic, But when a nigga like Sharon from Ottawa, Canada says it, it hits different, nigga. Them niggas is like, oh, nigga, the
But
granny.
Y'all
I feel like in
allowing
the
that kind of
nah,
material through cussing. Where I'm gonna quote this bar. I'm looking at Ledge. He mentioned this bar. When I seen it, he knew not to tag me in this fucking bar because he knew. I tell y'all every
what's
fucking
the
time
bar?
about this damn dude Sharon. Y'all gonna start fighting. Y'all gonna figure this out. Y'all should have
What's the
figured it out by
bar?
now. I'm Mac Miller, a white boy that ODs on smacks. This is the kind of material y'all are telling me won the battle versus Oops.
Hey
This is
man,
the kind of
that didn't
material.
win. That material didn't win. The other shit was
No,
pretty
that material
That's his
didn't
fire.
win it, but it's little.
material.
No, I'm saying you got to understand, bro. Like, there's a certain genius and understand you can get away with shit like that
Oh
and
Right,
still
but
yeah,
like
win
I
a
was
battle.
about to tell you,
Like,
like
he's
Pete,
fire
away with
too.
this.
but
This
Pete
is
though,
filth.
But
with the same way you just said, because he's a white boy that he gets away with certain shit. It's another side to that coin. It's the same reason why a nigga can say you a white boy and get a reaction. It's the same shit. Like you
yeah,
got cheat codes. White people can use the white cheat code
and
and niggas
for
can use
Oops,
the nigga code. Like, you know what I'm
and
saying? I
for
feel like he
Oops,
used his
I'm gonna
white
be
code.
real. He could have went
And
harder with
Oops used his
that.
nigga code.
But
He
yo,
could have.
the thing though, like the thing about Sharon is he plays right into the dynamic that people want to accept. It's like, see, Rubber Tongue's a white rapper, but he doesn't get received for some of the
Right,
dope he says because he's
right.
saying hard shit, he's saying gangster
That's a
shit,
fact.
and
That's a fact.
it doesn't fit the perception. Now, when Sharon goes up there and he's acknowledging nobody's in the crowd in Compton's not expecting him to do nothing else than be a joke. Like they're not expecting nothing else than that. Like if he would have went in there rapping any other way, they probably wouldn't have liked him. But since he's just being him, like you just being you, dog. Like you just being that white
True.
boy that's goofy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it fits a fucking preconceived. It's like confirmation bias. Like you exactly what we thought you was, a goofy white nigga. Go ahead, spit your shit. That's how I took
You
it.
cannot be an original, but we're still gonna respect you being yourself and being authentic
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly.
That's gonna go in any crowd. You know, I
Yeah.
don't care where you're at. And he does a
But
good job of just doing his homework, bro. Like he had a that nigga said CC, like the niggas from CC gonna be cheering for Corey Sharon. That shit had me
yeah,
crying laughing, bro. That
yeah.
shit was funny. But it was like, what do you know about some CC, my nigga? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what makes it dope sometimes.
But
But
not
Oops
like I
had some
said,
shit.
shit. Like
Sometimes I'm tired of you.
he did his third was active. The parallel
Oops
universe
third
bar
was
was
crazy.
active.
Tired of you niggas, and this is just
Yeah,
Sharon
oops.
nonsense.
Third was good, and I was thinking like, damn, I don't know if Sharon could beat this round, but Sharon definitely cleared that round. He won that third.
So you're saying he 30 to him? Because niggas was saying it was 2-0 going into the third.
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't in the building on stream. The second round was unwatchable. You know what I mean? Like it cut out. So in the first, I slightly edged oops because like that ass bar that Nico just spit was in Sharon's first, and he had a couple other things that were a little bit shaky in the first, so I edged oops. But the third, I clearly gave to Sharon. The second, I can't call because, like I said, the stream cut out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Got you. That battle had a little bit of everything though. Like it was everything that there was jokes, there was entertainment. That nigga oops, you know, catered to the emotions and took us there and gave us some thoughtful content. You know, the style clash, I felt like it meshed perfectly with them niggas. Like they got one with that one. That was a dope battle. I
And I
don't give
Fact.
who
watched
won. That's how dope it was. You could give Shiro the win. You could give Oops the win. I thought it was a real
Yeah,
good
I thought it
battle.
was a 2-1 debatable as well. I didn't think that anybody like cleared the other one.
yeah, and what I watched the Sharon interview after the fact, and he said that King of the Dot actually wanted that battle for a long time, but he refused to do it on King of the Dot because he felt like it wouldn't be fair to Oops to do like content with like a 90% white crowd. You know what I mean? So like it made sense why he did it. Off of King of the Dot.
And
Like
that's the battle they would have booked though, because they both be on there. So I definitely could have seen that on the King of the Dot card. I was thinking that what I was rapping or going
yeah,
into it.
Sharon said he just didn't want Oops material to like fall flat or people not to like be able to receive it well. You know what I mean? So I understood that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just say this again. I'm so tired and disgusted of all y'all and this Sharon nonsense. I'm moving on from the battle. I don't want to talk about it no more. I hope y'all got whatever you needed from this battle. Sharon being on the riot. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. No more of this shit. We're
All
moving
I
on.
know is Sharon is
No more.
probably gonna be rebooked on the
I
riot.
keep telling y'all every battle he gonna have that same bar. No, Nico, he not gonna have that bar. You're wilding. You're just a hater. And sidebar too, for everybody who's been messaging me and sending little YouTube comments, you were so wrong about Sharon. You're eating your words. I'm not eating shit. Oops, 30. I don't even need to watch this shit. Oops, 30. I don't care. Y'all like that shit? I'm a white boy and I'm ODing on snack. Yeah. Y'all like all that shit that Sharon be doing? Cool. Go ahead and like
Hey,
that
do
shit over
another
there in the
Sharon
little
bar,
goofy ass
cuz. Do
corner.
another
I'm
one.
not dealing with this shit. Oops, 30 until, you know what I'm saying, until I watch the battle. And then when I watch the battle, oops, body bag. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I'm going to do that. We moving on to the main event, man. Geechee Gotti versus A Ward.
That
I've
nigga
seen
Nico
so many
3-0
different
Sharon's
narratives about
boy.
this battle. I'm almost like nervous to watch this battle because the way I've been presented the information about this battle has not been what I thought would have been the case with this battle. So I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all thought about Gotti versus A Ward.
I thought it was what it was supposed to be. As far as what they built, like if we had an example of what a build up and a disappointment was that day, we also saw what a good build up and a great battle was. Because I feel like the fact that there's so many mixed reviews, the fact that you do have a lot of people saying Gotti won, the fact that you do have people saying Ward won, like I learned that those make the best battles. So I feel like, of course, I got Gotti winning just because I feel like a lot of the shit that he was saying I resonated more with, but I felt like A Ward's writing was incredible. Like this was probably my favorite A Ward performance, and I'm not a huge A Ward fan, but I was looking at it from an overall scope, and after a while, it was just like I'm not watching this shit to pick a winner. I'm watching this shit because this is an amazing ass battle. So personally, that's just how I felt. I felt like them niggas did exactly what they were supposed to do, and that shit lived up to what it was supposed to be.
I'm gonna keep it real. There was so much at stake in the line. There was no way I could not watch it and not be watching it for somebody had to win. Like somebody had to lose. They both had a crazy year. But that battle in the building, fucking Gotti, there's a thing that I don't think they're mentioning about Gotti. He's getting better at some way. He's graduated to this level of selling a point to when he has an angle on you and making you believe it, whether it's real or not. You feel me? That shit about his brother, that shit was crazy, fam. Like, and that nigga, and it wasn't even shit about the bars. It was like I noticed like the what reasons that made Lux so great is because he'll say shit like you gonna get this work. Like it looks a type of way like when you sell it away. Like he was talking to that nigga and then he was talking to that nigga like and it made that shit hit a little bit harder. Like that nigga A Ward, he got through his material, had great writing, but he didn't really like give us time to breathe either. You know what I mean? But he wasn't getting the reaction to let us breathe either. So it was like either fall off pocket or just keep going. It was a really good battle material wise.
I
They
will
both
say,
was shit.
I felt like the first time they battled, A Ward was a little bit more like direct in the sense of like talking to Gotti. I felt like this battle it was more writing and like just like showing bars and shit. Then I feel like he was addressing Gotti in the first battle. So I feel like if anything, that was a difference between Ward from the first time and this time. I felt like he was rapping, trying to like show levels and shit, but I felt like Gotti just did more overall.
I feel like Gotti had a lot more upside as far as coming into the battle with having material to attack in. Like you were saying, I agree. But that kind of comes because he covered a lot of ground in the first one and Gotti didn't. You know what I mean? So this one
Right.
he had time to catch up, and that always could look a certain way, especially if you write it a certain way. So he probably had to, you know, go a little bit deeper in as far as that bag to even because he was talking to him still. Like he had a round where I felt like he got into that bag a little. He was very well balanced. You know what I mean? But he got on. He didn't go into depth a lot, and I feel like that was a separation. Like when Gotti had a point and it was hitting,
You know, you got a good minute 30 of material and 6, 7 bombs to go with your 2 or 3 bombs from a narrative you pushing. That's important.
All right, so I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen. So I only seen the clips, trailer. Shout out to the trailer. That shit was fire. They put that together. I wish I would have included Dev the Demon and Hansel. You know what I'm saying? Included some of that material. I want to hear what niggas was talking about. Neither here nor there. I'll let that slide for right now. But
Yeah, I know
I've
what that was
seen.
about, nigga.
I keep seeing A Ward 30. I've seen that a few times, and I've also seen A Ward just clearly one that like I haven't. The only place I've seen, I'm just being honest. The only place I've seen people say Geechee won the battle. The only place outside of like, I think Tony Bro said it was like 2-0 going into the third. I think I seen that tweet. But every other tweet that I was looking at, I seen most of it, overwhelming majority being A Ward won the battle.
Yeah, and I'll say I had A Ward 2-1,
Well,
but I don't think anybody in the Discord is wrong with saying Geechee won. It was a debatable battle. Like, there's really no wrong way to call this battle, in my opinion.
I don't know, man. Like, maybe because I was in the building, and that's probably what I was thinking. Like, what are the people in the stream was thinking? I was thinking that during the battle, like, or the pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. Like, in that building, there's no way that nigga won, bro. I'm just
Well,
keeping it
and
on.
that's how it should be, because
And
like
I'm
you said,
just keeping it on it. Like, that shit crazy. And it wasn't like even on no bias shit. It was like, I felt like I was watching, like, that nigga was going to work, bro. Like, I don't know how the nigga
no,
was
I
fighting.
will
I
say
don't know.
the crowd definitely gave A Ward, like I said, Li versus Dre was the only battle where it's lopsided. Like, for the most part, the crowd cheered for A Ward when they're supposed to. It's just like he had to earn it though. Like, but he earned it a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he had some great shit. I felt like the crowd gave him a commendable amount of love, but Geechee and Compton is Geechee and Compton. So like, the level of crowd reactions was definitely different, but they still cheered for A Ward. It didn't make for a lopsided battle reaction wise.
All right, so let me ask this question, right? This is sidebar from this, but after the Lux battle for Geechee, the champion of the year talks was that Gotti was clearly number one. There was nothing anybody could do unless Gotti got body bagged in the year, like disgustingly, that he was just number one. Why am I seeing people saying that it's looking shaky and he's no longer champion? Like I'm trying to understand like the logic. Like was like is he bad in the battle or something? Like I don't understand how
No,
they're like.
I've
no, that's
been
No.
I've been noticing a pattern outside of the West of these fucking. It's a combination of like loaded Lux diehards and just niggas that don't like Gotti and think that he's basic a rapper, and they just been trying to like find any little thing to shit on the homie, bro. Like whether it was like, oh, y'all tripping, Lux won the battle, y'all was gassing him, like he didn't like just narratives they've been pushing, and it's like it's probably just gonna be that they just probably mad he beat the game. Like I
yeah.
don't see how right.
As a person
I
that
don't
has A
know.
Ward winning this battle, when I submit my vote, like Geechee is still number one clear. Like this battle might have done something for A Ward as far as moving up to like the top 4 or 5, but definitely didn't move him above Geechee. Like Geechee is leaps and bounds above anybody else. Like I don't think there is a way for him to
I'm
lose
gonna keep
champion of
it
the year.
real. This is probably if he win it, and I think he is gonna win. This is probably his best. You can probably say this is like if you want to rank, you know how to rate basketball players in their season. This is probably his best season, bro. Want to turn, he just got a tournament with Nitty that was crazy. Like made it to the finals on that. He beat Lux on like the biggest watched card in battle rap history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Like
resume is just
that
I
shit is
know
like who else did that?
I know A
Nobody.
Ward has like 25 battles, but like only maybe 5 or 6 of them are like powerful. You know what I mean? Like Geechee
Mm.
has almost nothing but powerful shit on his resume besides like his Gates of the
And
Garden battle. You know
and
what I mean?
quality and quality opponents as well.
That's what I mean. Like you can say
Yeah.
like the Wise battle. That's not like a super well known opponent, and he might have had like maybe one other like off URL battle where it wasn't like a super well known opponent. But everything else, like 95% of his work has been powerful.
Yeah, it's like
And 30 and Lux,
I don't.
like okay, if you say A Ward, Edge, Geechee, like how much does that do for A Wards compared to Geechee clearly 30 and Lux? You know what I mean? Like that has to count for something.
That counts for a lot, not just something. That counts for a lot.
That's what I
Like
mean. Like
I'm,
that
I'm like,
that
I'm trying to figure it out because like when I look at Lux's resume, now when you talk about Lux before Gotti, it was arguable that he never lost. Every battle that Lux that has been at, you can debate for hours about him. Like, did Ars beat him or did he not? Did Hollow? I think Hollow won, but every time I watch that battle, I have a different winner. Like, he's the king of debate when you comes to him. Like, he has a lot of clear wins, but he also has no clear losses. Like Gotti was like his first real clear loss. Like if it was boxing, that was his first time being knocked out.
Yeah, and I feel like that win for Geechee over Lux is more powerful than like any three things on A Ward's resume. You know what I mean? Like it's not close. You can't put A Ward above Geechee, even if you
Not
have.
just his resume. I feel like everybody, bro. Like
Well, yeah, that's a
that's
fact. I would say Nitty's probably still second, and Nitty doesn't have anything on his resume near 30 and Lux.
Shit. I know. I was just curious. 'Cause I've been seeing the narrative like a lot since this battle. I don't know if people was just waiting for a reason to say, "Oh, look, he ain't clearly get a win versus A Ward, and he was at home." So I
Nah,
just feel
just
like sometimes, bro, whenever we get matchups like this, it's like if you don't clearly win and you're at home, the other person just gets the win by default. I feel like that happens a lot in battle rap, man. I don't subscribe to that, but it just kind of seems like the culture overall, at least from the fan perspective, they kind of subscribe to that shit. So.
yeah, I think it's just prisoner of the moment, and then a lot of people are so like um narrow minded that they're like, oh, A Ward beat Geechee, so A Ward's above Geechee. Like that's not how this shit works, bro.
Yeah.
That's how they want it to work, though.
Like
That's how
if
they think
if
it.
if a football team is like fucking 15-1 in a season, and that one loss is to somebody that's like like 10-6 or something. You know what I mean? Like yeah, the other person's a good team, but that doesn't mean they're above the 15-1 team. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
All right. So there you have it, man. That's the full Riot Network Monopoly recap, man. Went over all the battles. I definitely will be watching the VOD sometime soon. I was not able to catch it live, so I'm definitely going to play catch up and get my own individual recap of it sometime this week. Definitely appreciate everybody who did pull up to talk that shit. And yeah, man, we going to go ahead and get straight into, you know what I'm saying, the sink or swim portion in the Discord. You got to make sure that you go ahead and pull up. You know what I'm saying? Ref, let them know where they can find you at, man.
You can follow me on all social media at It's the Ref.
That's straight to the point, just like a goat. Profane. Tell the people where they can find you at, man.
PRO Fane, SSH on Instagram.
That I see. We still got news in here. News. Where can people find you when you work at, man?
Bad news. News spelled with a Z _Brown TV.
All right, that you already know, man. At NicoTV _ on Twitter, NicoTV on Caffeine, and YouTube as always, NicoTV. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. Like I said, I'll have my individual recaps later on in the week. Appreciate everybody for supporting. We in the sink or swim in the Discord, man. Pull up. We out.